You to help to reinforce this today. Touch your neighbor and tell them you need discipline. Life is a struggle, and you're going to have some divine interventions. You're going to have some divine interruptions. But whatever you go through, your miracle, your deliverance, your blessing will come on the tail end of having developed some discipline in your life, where you have met your obstacles, you have mastered them, and you have maintained what you declared that you were going to do. In 2012, you can get down on your knees and pray all you want to about losing weight. But when you get through, you got to practice discipline. And you've got to govern your desires. And you've got to discipline your desires. You got to exercise. You got to alter your diet. You got to have some discipline to do what you say you're going to do. You can pray in 2012 about better finances, but after you get up off your knees, you got to work, you got to build a budget, you got to pay your tithes, and you got to discipline your desires. I'm not going to worry you today, but I've got some Bible-based plans that will help you to develop discipline so that you can achieve the goals that have been eluding you and meet your New Year's resolutions. There are 5 disciplines that I'm going to give you today. And then I wouldn't just give you those 5 disciplines, but I'm going to tell you how to develop those 5 disciplines. Discipline number 1, you've got to mind, M-I-N-E, your mind, M-I-N-D. Touch your neighbor and tell them in 2012. Come on, I need some help today. Turn to your neighbor to your right and tell them in 2012, if you are going to be successful, you must mind your mind. Now, what does it mean to mind? We know what it means to mind. To mind something, you excavate. You go down deep and dig out, and then you extract, you pull out the valuable natural deposits that God has placed in the earth, like gold, like coal. They are valuable natural deposits that have been placed in the earth. And so in order to be successful in 2012, you've got to mine your mind. You've got to dig out. You've got to pull out. You've got to extract the valuable natural deposit that God has put inside of you. Everything. Can I teach for 5 minutes today? Everything that you do and are physically is because of your brain. If you could see yourself turned upside down in triple darkness in the womb of your mother before your birth, your body came from the pinhead of your brain and the stem of your spinal cord. Just the pinhead of your brain, upside down, this is your brain. And from that sprung your torso, your arms, your legs. Everything in your body came from the pinhead of your brain. Not only everything you are, but everything you do physically. The brain controls your motor functions and your speech, and every system in your body, everything about you physically is controlled by your brain. Now, my mentor, Dr. Howard Thurman, says that everything that you find in the physical realm, there is a counterpart. There is an opposite. There is an equal in the spirit realm. And so we need to understand that whatever the brain is to the body, the mind is to your life. In the same way that the brain controls your entire body, your mind controls your life. My dear sister Iyanla Van Zant says it this way: wherever your mind leads, your behind follows. So wherever you find your behind today, your mind puts you there. In other words, your mind controls the circumstances, the situations, the events are in your life. Everything about your life is a result of what you think. Proverbs 23:7 says it this way: as a man thinketh in his heart. And when the Bible says heart,